Hello there. This week on Technofile, we're looking at the application of technology in developing countries. First up, we spoke to Professor Nicholas Negroponte about his One Laptop Per Child project, which aspires to improve education for children in poorer countries.
Back in the 60s, literally late 60s, we were working on how children learn and how technology could assist in learning, not so much in teaching. There's a difference between teaching and learning. And we had been doing work on connectivity for remote and rural places. We had been doing work on low-cost technologies. We've been doing work on generating power. And to be honest with you, they were all converging, and the time to do one laptop per child just was the right time 3 years ago. When people ask the question, is, do kids need laptops in the developing world? My answer is, do you really mean, do they need education? It's still very hard when you try to constantly bring the prices down and constantly consume less power. The challenges are always there because even if you set a target, you'd like to go lower. But you still have to keep in mind that you want very high quality design, you want very high performance. You're not trying to provide children with cheap components plus cheap labor plus cheap design to make some cheap device. You really want to do it as if you were addressing the developed market, and in some, you want to even make it more sophisticated. A lot of the technology of the mesh network and the laptop and connecting the kids autonomously, if you will, without having an existing infrastructure is very, very much part of it. We've been focusing more on smaller countries, and Rwanda and Ghana and well, Ethiopia is not a small country, but it's one where we're focusing, and the resources are small. So in those countries, connectivity is key.
One laptop per child was the subject of the professor's keynote address to the recent CES show, which follows a high-profile falling out with the chipmaker Intel. Intel joined the group, but then bailed out. Intel had their own low-tech, low-cost product, the Classmate PC. Other organisations are also trying to widen the access and use of computer technology. Aleutia have come up with the E1, a tiny, rugged computer that consumes just 8 watts of power. It comes in at a cost of £179.
I'd worked for an NGO in Ghana setting up an internet cafe for street children. The computers we bought locally were painfully expensive at $500 a unit, drained enormous amounts of power, featured an operating system that was relatively unintuitive, and were prone to hardware faults because of their age. In response to the challenges I faced, we set out to create a tiny, rugged PC that would be reliable, intuitive, and most importantly, use very little power. We talked to a lot of prospective customers. We looked at a handheld design. We considered a laptop design. We realized the product we could bring to market most quickly was that of a small desktop. It can be powered off a car battery for 24 hours or a small, inexpensive solar panel. Everything is compressed on a single motherboard, which ensures better reliability and easier maintenance. The operating system is loaded on a compact flash card, and the OS runs entirely in RAM, which ensures once the program is opened, the performance is very, very fast. Using these simpler processors and less amount of memory ensured lower power consumption. We've designed our system so that a local reseller can unscrew it, snap in a new board, send the faulty board back to London, but not have to do any diagnosis himself. We had a convent in Cameroon. The Mother Superior, like 150 million other Africans, has a mobile phone, but she needs to get grants from the US and the UK. She can't do that by SMS. A typical grant takes 30 or 40 email correspondences. She wanted an email device, and so before she received our device, she would drive 25 kilometers on bad roads, wait in line at an internet cafe to use a power-hungry PC with a satellite connection, just to use Yahoo Mail. With our system, she can write her email in a local program for free and then pay a few cents to send it through her mobile phone.
Another approach with a similar objective, a green solution to extending the use and reach of computers, comes from NComputing.
The idea of NComputing is very simple. If you look at a modern PC today, we're using maybe 5 to 10% of the processing power of the PC. The rest of it is totally wasted. So the notion was, can we take that excess processing power of that PC and share it with multiple users, 2, 5, 10, 20 different users, all at the same time, each user with their own applications and environments. And the product is fairly simple. Basically, we take a PCI card and install it into the back of the PC, And then each PCI card has 3 connectors that connect to these access terminals. The product overall cost about £50 per additional seat, so it's very economical, especially if you think about schools and developing world where affordability is a very huge issue. It's exactly the same experience for all of the users, and even with 7 users on a regular, 200-300 pound PC, very basic PC, everyone can have their own multimedia running all at the same time. This product uses 1 watt of energy compared to 115 watts for a regular PC. So if you had let's say a 30-user PC lab or installation, you suddenly are saving thousands of watts of energy per hour with this kind of a product.
Just a few examples then of technology being used in the less well-off countries of the world. It's an area of technology that's bound to expand. We'll keep an eye on it and come back to in later editions of Technofile. Don't forget you can keep right up to date on all the topics we talk about on the website sky.com/technology.